All right, Scouts, gather round. Today, we are on a mission. We're going to master a fundamental skill, a true rite of passage that will get you one step closer to earning that automotive maintenance badge. So let's dive right in. How to change a tire. Look, getting a flat tire, it's not a matter of if it's going to happen, it's a matter of when. It is an inevitable challenge for every single driver out there. But the difference between a full-blown crisis and just a minor inconvenience? It's knowledge. And today, we're arming you with that knowledge. Now, before we even think about touching a tool, we have to talk about the most important step of all, safety. Being prepared means creating a safe environment first. And listen, this isn't just some suggestion. It is the absolute foundation of everything we are about to do. So the first and most critical decision you'll make is where to stop your car. You absolutely positively need firm, level ground. Trying to jack up a car on soft dirt or, heaven forbid, a slope, that is incredibly dangerous. The jack can slip, it can sink, and the car can fall. Pull as far off the road as you possibly can. Your safety is worth those extra few feet, I promise you. Every prepared Scout has their kit ready to go. So let's run through the essentials. You need your spare, of course, and make sure it's actually inflated. You also need the jack to lift the car and a lug wrench to get the nuts off. Wheel chocks, your owner's manual, and we'll talk a lot more about that in a second, and your personal protective gear are all non-negotiables. This right here is a cardinal rule. Never, ever work alone if you can help it. Seriously, having a partner with you can be a literal lifesaver if you get into trouble, get stuck, or get injured. If you absolutely have to work by yourself, make sure somebody knows exactly where you are and what you're doing. Okay, let's talk personal gear. You're going to be dealing with dirt, road debris, maybe even some splattering fluids. A simple pair of safety goggles can prevent a really serious eye injury and save you a trip to the emergency room. Just consider them absolutely mandatory. No excuses. And this is also why you need to be mindful of your surroundings. Even with the engine off, things like loose clothing, jewelry, or long hair can get snagged on the wheel, or the jack, or under the car. Just keep everything tucked in and secure. A simple precaution like that can prevent a really painful injury. Okay, phase 2, we are about to lift thousands of pounds of steel clear off the ground. Now, to do that safely, we need to know exactly where to place the jack. This is not a guessing game. And right here, this is your treasure map. Your vehicle's owner's manual is the single most important tool in your kit for this job. It removes all the guesswork, and it tells you the precise, factory-approved locations to safely lift your car. Inside that manual, you're going to find a diagram that looks just like this one. It points to specific reinforced spots on your car's frame that are designed to bear its weight. If you use any other spot, you could actually damage your car's body or, way worse, cause the jack to slip. Now, not all vehicles are built the same, right? Trucks and some SUVs, they have a solid frame that you can often lift from. But most modern cars, they have what's called a unibody construction. For these, you must use the specific lift points shown in your manual. Look for a reinforced metal ridge, it's called a pinch weld, and it's usually located on the frame just behind the front wheel or in front of the rear one. Let's be crystal clear on this one. The small emergency jack that comes with your car, it has one job, and one job only, to lift the vehicle to change a tire. It is not a jack stand. It is not designed to hold that car securely for any length of time. Never, ever, ever put any part of your body under a car that is only supported by that jack. All right, safety's handle. We've identified our lift points. It is time for the main event. Let's move on to the actual procedure and see how this all comes together. Pay really close attention to the order of these steps. It's critical. First things first, parking brake on, and then chalk the wheel diagonally opposite to the one you're changing. Now here is the pro tip. Listen up. Break the lug nuts loose before you lift the car. The car's white will keep the wheel from spinning, which gives you the leverage you need. If a nut is really stuck, position the wrench so it's kind of parallel to the ground and carefully use your body weight on the handle to break it free. Once they're loose, then you jack up the car, take the nuts all the way off, remove the flat, and mount the spare. Getting the spare on is really only half the battle. Finishing the job correctly is what ensures you can actually drive away safely. So remember, do not rush these final steps. So with the spare on, screw the lug nuts back on by hand until they're snug. Now carefully lower the car all the way to the ground. Once the full weight is back on that tire, you'll do your final tightening. Use the wrench and tighten the nuts as much as you can in a star pattern. Like you're drawing a star, going from one nut to the one across from it. This makes sure the wheel is seated evenly and securely. Then pack up all your gear. A good scout leaves a place cleaner than they found it. If you happen to notice any fluid spills, now's the time to clean them up. A simple absorbent like cat litter can soak up oil or coolant, and that prevents a slipping hazard for the next person. Once that's done, pack away your tools. A clean workspace is always a safe workspace. And there you have it. You've conquered the flat tire. You are back on the road, feeling capable and prepared. You have earned that badge. But the journey isn't quite over, so I'll leave you with this one question. What's the very first place you should drive to now? The answer, of course, is a tire shop. Get that flat repaired or replaced as soon as you possibly can. Well done, Scouts.